fundamental concepts. I have simple and direct questions. I'm expecting simple and direct answers from you. If you answer your major question correctly, 3 points. If the question is incorrectly answered, it becomes available to the 2 remaining schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If right, 1 bonus point. If not, there is a penalty, 1 point. For questions which require calculations, you have 30 seconds to present your answer. First choice, Prempeh College. Lionel?
Polymerase chain reaction.
That's incorrect. I'm moving on. Presbyterian boys, your turn. Yes, Alfred?
Planting more trees and plants which can be harnessed to produce very beneficial products such as drugs and clothes and medicine.
I'm not accepting it. Yes, Prince.
Recycling of waste product. Recycling of waste product. That is.
I'm not accepting that either. Okay. Gentlemen and everyone else listening, the concept of green or sustainable chemistry, the major principles and approaches, many of them, so listen carefully. Prevent waste or pollution, use less hazardous chemicals or use benign solvents and processes, use energy efficient processes, efficient synthetic processes, or atom economy. That means minimize the use of atoms, all right? Use renewable feedstock, produce degradable or biodegradable products, design or produce safer chemicals, and use relevant catalysts for reaction efficiency. You see? Yeah, we need to do these things for sustainability, and it is our basic sciences that will help us to do that. Next set, 10 seconds. Prempeh College. With regard to lung ventilation, what does dead space refer to? Eunice.
So, dead space refers to the part of the respiratory system which do not function in either expiration or inspiration.
That's incorrect for a bonus. Okay, so it refers to air that is inhaled into the airways but does not reach the alveoli and hence is exhaled again without participation in gaseous exchange. Or another way of putting it is the volume of air that is inhaled that does not take part in gaseous exchange because it remains in the pipes, the conducting airways or pipes, and reaches, or it may even reach alveoli, but those are not perfused or they are poorly perfused. All right. Presbyterian boys. Why is it that bronchioles can constrict for their diameter to reduce, but the secondary bronchi cannot constrict? Yes, Alfred.
This is because bronchioles, right? Yeah. Bronchioles have cartilages and they are surrounded by smooth muscles. And these cartilages and smooth muscles enables them to contract and hence constrict. But these smooth muscles and cartilages are absent in bronchioles and secondary bronchioles. And this prevents them from being able to constrict.
I'm not accepting it for bonus. All right, you are a little confused. So bronchioles are the ones that have smooth muscle, but they do not have cartilage. They don't. Okay? Whereas the secondary bronchi, they are supported by cartilage. So because of the smooth muscle, the bronchioles are able to constrict. Adisadel College, patients with diabetes mellitus who refuse insulin therapy rapidly metabolize lipids, increase in the respiratory rate. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard about diabetic ketoacidosis, right? You've heard about it. Okay, so this is the situation that happens when they refuse insulin therapy. So the respiratory rate will increase if blood pH decreases in order for them to breathe out carbon dioxide and hence reduce the acid. So in uncontrolled diabetics, this is known as hyperventilation. It actually has a specific name, Cosmal breathing. So labored breathing, right? Very difficult. So you increase the respiratory rate to try and get rid of the CO2. That's what happens. All right, next set, 10 seconds each. And I have a short preamble to all schools. Preamble. When I get to your school, I will mention an iconic experiment. Okay? So let me know the evidence the given experiment provides. I hope you got the preamble. No response means yes. Prempeh College. The Stern-Gerlach experiment. Lionel.
This experiment provides evidence about the relationship between temperature and the electrical conductivity of a certain material.
That's incorrect. Yes.
The Stern-Gerlach experiment, provides evidence on the quantization of angular momentum.
I will accept. All right. Presbyterian boys with the same preamble, the Davison-Germer experiment. Yes, Alfred.
This experiment verified the wave nature of the electron and hence helped to show that electrons also can behave as waves.
Yes. Your major question with the same preamble at Adisadel College. The Geiger-Marsden experiment. Yes. Prince?
It provides the evidence that it determined the discovery of the neutron. That is, it is the central portion of the atom. And the mass is, all the mass of the atom is concentrated on the nucleus.
Okay, I'll accept that. Next set, 30 seconds. And I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Preamble. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line segment PQ given the points P and Q. simplify your answer in the form AX plus BY plus C equals 0. Did you get your preamble? Okay, great. My keyword is simplify. All right, so Prempeh College. P has coordinates -4, 2, and Q has coordinates 2, -6. Yes, Lionel.
4y plus 5 minus 3x is equal to 0.
I'm not accepting it. Yes. Prince. Go ahead.
3x minus 4y minus 5 equals 0.
That's right. With the same preamble, Presbyterian boys. P has coordinates 2, -2, and Q has coordinates -2, 4. Alfred?
So we have 3y minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0.
That's incorrect. Yes.
2x minus 3y plus 3 is equal to 0.
That's right. With the same preamble. P has coordinates 3, -4, and Q has coordinates 5, -2. Abdul Wadud.
Okay. So the equation is x plus y plus 6 equals 0.
That's incorrect. Yes, Eunice.
X plus y minus 1 equals 0.
That's right. Next set, 10 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. The following conversion takes place in 2 steps. You will be given the starting material and the reagents and conditions for the 2 steps. Give the systematic name of the major product formed at the end of the 2 steps. Again? All right. Please listen carefully. The following conversion takes place in 2 steps. You will be given the starting material and the reagents and conditions for the 2 steps. Please give the systematic name of the major product formed at the end of the 2 steps. All right, so now, Prempeh College. The starting material is ethyl benzene. For step 1, you have alkaline potassium permanganate solution with heat. And then for step 2, dilute hydrochloric acid. Yes, Lionel?
Phenyl methanoic acid.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. The right answer is benzoic acid. Presbyterian boys with the same preamble. Your starting material is butane. For step 1, bromine with heat. For step 2, dilute sodium hydroxide. Alfred?
Sure. To form 1 bromobutane.
That's incorrect. For a bonus. The right answer is 2-butanol. Adisadel with the same preamble. Your starting material is cyclopentanol. For step 1, sulfuric acid with heat. Step 2, hydrogen with palladium. Abdul Wadud.
Cyclopentane.
You're right. Next set, 10 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Preamble. A matron was preparing dough for making bread for senior high school students. She added a pinch of yeast and sugar to the dough and left it in the warm place. After a few hours, the dough had risen. There was a smell of fermentation too. I hope you got your preamble. Again, all right. A matron was preparing dough for making bread for senior high school students. She added a pinch of yeast and sugar to the dough and left it in a warm place. After a few hours, the dough had risen and there was a smell of fermentation too. That's the preamble. Now, Prempeh College. Why was there a smell of fermentation? Yes, Eunice.
The yeast undergo ferment. The yeast ferment the sugar to produce ethanol and carbon dioxide, and this ethanol will bring the scent of fermentation.
Yes. With the same preamble. Why was a pinch of sugar added to the dough? Tenkran, is your hand up?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so then sugar was added so that it will serve as a substrate for the zymase enzyme present in the yeast to act on it so that it will produce the ethanol and carbon dioxide.
No. For a bonus. So the sugar was added to the dough to provide nutrients for the yeast to grow and multiply. For the growth and multiplication of the yeast. Adisadel, with the same preamble. What would have happened if the dough was kept in a refrigerator soon after it was prepared? Abdul Wadud.
If the dough was to be kept in the refrigerator, the activities of the yeast and the enzyme in the bread would be reduced, since enzymes are proteins and they are deactivated at low temperatures. Also, the yeast is an organism which thrives in a warm place, so the low temperature would not be suitable for the activities of the yeast to cause the breakdown or the fermentation of the bread.
Okay. So you see a whole lot of science even in the bakery. Yes. If you want dough to rise, you need some sugar to act as nutrient for the yeast and then keep it at the right temperature for activities to happen. And then when the alcohol is produced, that's when you smell the fermentation. A lot of science, right? Yes. All right, next set, 10 seconds. And I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Name the trajectory of a charged particle in the given situation. Did you get your preamble? Good. Prempeh College. A charged particle initially at rest in a region where both an electric field and a magnetic field parallel to the electric field exist. Yes, Eunice?
Straight line.
You're right. With the same preamble. A charged particle in a region where an electric field and a magnetic field parallel to the electric field both exist, and the initial velocity of the particle is perpendicular to the fields. Yes, Tenkran?
Circular motion.
No. For a bonus. Yes, Lionel?
Helical motion.
I'm not accepting that. Okay. So it's a helix. It's a helix of constant radius but increasing pitch. With the same preamble, Adisadel. A charged particle initially at rest in a region where both an electric field and a magnetic field perpendicular to the electric field exist. Yes, Prince?
A parabola.
No. For bonus. It's a cycloid. A cycloid. Next set, 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Find the greatest value as well as the least value of the trigonometric expression. I hope you got it. Good. All right, so Prempeh College. Sine squared of x plus 8 multiplying sine x plus 8. Yes, Lionel.
The greatest value is positive 17, and the least value is 1.
You are right. With the same preamble. Cosine squared of x plus 6 multiplying cosine of x plus 10. Yes, Tenkran.
The greatest value is 17 and the least value is 5.
You are right. With the same preamble, Adisadel. Sine squared of x minus 4 multiplied by sine of x plus 7. Prince.
The greatest is 4 and the minimum is 12.
That's incorrect. Yes, go ahead.
Just 12, minimum 4.
Yes, Tenkran.
The greatest value is 12 and the least value is 4.
Yes. Seconds. Your question. 16 grams of copper 2 oxide reacts with 0.90 grams of carbon to produce copper and carbon dioxide. Which reactant is in excess and by how much in grams? Molar mass of copper is 64 grams per mole. Yes, Lionel.
The copper 2 oxide is in excess, and it is in excess by 0.75 grams.
1. Yes, the copper oxide is in excess, but it's 4.0 gram. Presbyterian boys, 33.6 gram of iron reacts with 9.60 gram of oxygen to form iron 3 oxide. Which reactant is in excess and by how much in grams? Molar mass of iron is 56.0 gram per mole. Yes, Alfred?
So Fe is in excess. So the iron is in excess, and it is in excess by 11.2 gram.
Yes. Adisadel College. .0 of magnesium reacts with 64.8 gram of hydrobromic acid to form magnesium bromide and hydrogen. Which reactant is in excess and by how much in grams? Molar mass of magnesium is 24.0 gram per mole. Yes, Abdul Wadud.
Magnesium is in excess. Okay. So the excess reagent is magnesium, and it is in excess by 2.3 grams.
1. Yes, it's magnesium, but it's by 8.40 gram. Next set, 10 seconds. Prempeh College. A plaque in a coronary vessel wall results in a decrease in the lumen diameter of a coronary artery. Explain why this results in less oxygen being delivered to the heart muscle. Yes, Eunice?
Oxygen to the heart.
The plaque reduces the lumen diameter of the artery, and since the coronary artery transports blood to the heart, to the walls of the heart, when this plaque clots the lumen diameter of the artery, the amount of oxygen that will be able to reach the heart become reduced, since the plaque will interfere with the flow of blood containing dissolved oxygen to the heart.
1. You spent much of the time telling me things I already knew, right? Okay, so this one we are using Poiseuille's law, right? Poiseuille's law. The volume flow rate. So I needed you to tell me that there's going to be a decrease in the volume flow rate, and that is the reason why. Okay? So fourth power, Poiseuille's law, go and look it up. All right. Presbyterian boys, what does the term cardiac output mean? Yes, Alfred.
Cardiac output refers to the total amount of blood that is pumped out of the heart during a cycle of a heartbeat, and it is equal to the product of the stroke volume of the heart and the heart rate, that is the heartbeat, and hence the cardiac output depends on the stroke volume and the heartbeat of the heart.
2. Yes. The amount of blood the heart pumps through the circulatory system in a minute. It is related to the time, okay? I didn't hear time coming from you. So per minute. Thank you. Adisadel. When a nurse is taking a person's blood pressure, she's actually measuring the difference between the total pressure and which other pressure? Abdul Wadud.
The total pressure and the diastolic pressure.
That's incorrect. Yes. Go ahead, Yunus.
The total pressure and the atmospheric pressure.
Yes. So the blood pressure is actually the gauge pressure, right? It's the gauge pressure. Okay. Next 30 seconds with a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Preamble to all schools. A 2-meter slender rod of mass 2.4 kilogram is pivoted at one end on a smooth horizontal surface and is initially at rest. A 0.2 kilogram object of negligible extent moving at 5 meters per second perpendicular to the rod strikes the free end of the rod and becomes attached to that end. Please, did you get your preamble? One more time. A 2-meter slender rod of mass 2.4 kilogram is pivoted at one end on a smooth horizontal surface and is initially at rest. A 0.2 kilogram object of negligible extent moving at 5 meters per second perpendicular to the rod strikes the free end of the rod and becomes attached to that end. Now, Prempeh College. Find the angular frequency with which the rod begins to rotate about the pivot. Lionel?
0.3 radians per second.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 0.5 radians per second. Presbyterian boys, with the same preamble, determine the magnitude of the impulse of the reaction at the pivot. That's incorrect for a bonus. The right answer is -2 joule. Last set of questions in the round. 30 seconds with a short preamble. Solve the equation for x. That's all. All right, your equation, Prempeh College. X raised to the power log of x is equal to 100x. Lionel?
X is equal to 1/10, or x is equal to 100.
You are right. preamble, your equation, x raised to the power 2 log x is equal to 10x. Alfred.
So x is equal to 10 or 10 raised to the power negative 1 over 2.
Okay. With the same preamble, x raised to the power 3 log x is equal to 100x. Prince,
X is equal to 10, or x is equal to 10 to the power 10 to the power negative 2.
2. The right answer. X is equal to 10, that's the part you got right. Or x is equal to cube root of 10 over 10. And that's the end of the first round. The coordinates of the point A, the coordinates x, y. If its image under the linear transformation T such that x, y maps on to x minus 2y, x plus 2y is 3 negative 1. Yes, Alfred.
So the coordinate of x is given by the point. Thus, for the x value is 1, and its y value is negative 1.
Yes. Next one. The coordinates of the point of inflection of the curve. Y is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. Yes, quickly, Alfred.
The coordinate is 1, comma, negative 1.
Yes. Set 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Find the frequency at which maximum intensity occurs in the frequency spectrum for a black body whose temperature is 8.0 times 10 raised to the power 3. They made it. Okay, go ahead.
8.3 by 10 to the power 14 hertz.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 4.7 times 10 raised to the power 14 hertz. Next one. An object is dropped from rest 196 meters above ground. 2.0 seconds later, another object is dropped from the same height. Find the initial speed of the second object. All right, Alfred, go quick.
So the initial speed is 98 meters per second.
That's incorrect. If the two objects hit the ground at the same time, .24 meters per second. Next one. All right, for this one you should listen carefully. That's advice for you. Two particles mutually interact via a force whose potential is given by U. Okay, so now this is U. I have an expression with two terms. So listen carefully. B over R, this raised to the power 8, minus the second term is 2 multiplying the expression B over R. The expression B over R raised to the power 4. And all of this multiplied by A, where A and B are constants and R is the separation between the particles. Please find the equilibrium separation between the particles and the potential energy at equilibrium. The separation R is equal to B, and the potential energy at equilibrium U is equal to negative A. Last set, 30 seconds. No, not yet last set. Second, I have a few more to go. But 30 seconds each for this set. 30 seconds each. All right. At 850 Kelvin, the equilibrium constant of the decomposition of hydrogen iodide according to the reaction 2HI going reversibly to H2 plus I2 is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power negative 2. Given that the equilibrium concentration of hydrogen gas is 0.30 mole per decimeter cubed. Calculate the equilibrium concentration of hydrogen iodide. Yes, Alfred. Go.
The equilibrium concentration of hydrogen iodide is 3.0 mole per dm cube.
You're right. Next one. And 32 milligram of a metal M reacts completely with 60 centimeter cubed of 0.18 mole per decimeter cubed of an acid A. Given that the equation of reaction is M plus A goes to MA, identify the metal M. M is calcium. All right, next one. Given the following data. First, a reaction. 2C2H2 gas plus 5O2 gas going to 4CO2 gas plus 2H2O liquid. Delta H is equal to, delta H naught is equal to negative 2,600 kilojoule. C solid plus O2 gas going to CO2 gas. Delta H naught equals negative 395 kilojoule. 2H2 gas plus O2 gas going to 2H2O liquid. Delta H naught is equal to negative 570 kilojoule. Please calculate the standard enthalpy. All right, go ahead. Yes, Alfred.
The standard enthalpy is positive 450 kilojoule per mole.
That's incorrect. Did anyone else ring? Okay, I continue. The standard enthalpy of formation of ethane from the data. Yes, Lionel?
Positive 225 kilojoule per mole.
Yes. Now we are on the last set, 10 seconds each. 10 seconds. What is the purpose of the mucosal barrier between the cells of the stomach wall and the stomach contents? Yes. Yes, Abdul Wadud.
The purpose of the mucosal barrier is to prevent the action of HCl secreted by the stomach, the glands in the stomach, from acting and breaking down the walls of the stomach. So this mucosal wall prevents the HCl secreted by the gastric glands from acting directly on the stomach walls and then breaking down the stomach, the walls of the stomach, since HCl is acidic, and if not.
Did someone else ring? Yes, go ahead.
So the mucosal layer prevents the HCl secreted by the gastric gland to react with the walls of the stomach in order to prevent stomach ulcer.
No one else. Okay. Of course, you're not wrong. I mean, you told me similar things. But it's not just the HCl, right? There's also pepsin. You know that enzyme pepsin? That can also cause damage to epithelial cells in the stomach. So it's not just the HCl. You know the questions in the speed race, they have to be perfect, right? So HCl and enzymes like pepsin from actin on the epithelial cells. By the way, this is what will cause you to have stomach problems if you don't have an intact mucosal barrier. Okay, next one. Why are flocks important in biological treatment of wastewater? Oh, flocks. F-L-O-C-S, flocks. Okay, what they do is that they digest most of the organic material from the sludge. Okay, this helps to reduce the BOD, biochemical oxygen demand of the effluent. So I hope you know what flocks are. No? Okay, flocks are masses of bacteria associated with fungal filaments to form a mesh-like structure, and they are used to clean up wastewater. So you learned something today, right? Great. Last one. Why is insulin not given as an oral? Yes.
Insulin is not given as an oral drug, but injected. And this is because the insulin is composed of protein. And since the insulin is a protein, when it is given orally, it will be digested by the enzymes. That is the enzymes which digest the proteins will digest the insulin to its component amino acids. Hence, the insulin will not be able to function, that is, to not be able to perform its action when it is taken orally. Because
that's the end of the second round. Adisadel College has 13 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has 21 points. Prempeh College has 21 points. This round has the problem of the day. Also at stake is the Prudential Life Insurance NSMQ star. The star is a reward to any school that earns a perfect score of 10 points in the round. At this stage, meaning at the grand finale, the Prudential Life Insurance NSMQ star is worth 4,000 Ghana cedis to the team. I know you will be working really hard to get that, right? Okay, good. All right, so now the problem of the day. This is a single question to all three schools. From the time I ask you to begin, you have 4 minutes to present an answer on the screen behind you. As mentioned, the problem of the day is worth 10 points. Contestants, you may please stand. And drop your pens. No pen. We are going to turn over the sheets and read the problem of the day together. Just reading, okay? Problem of the day. Sulfur is commonly used in creams, lotions, and ointments to treat skin diseases, including acne, skin psoriasis, and eczema. A student wishes to prepare a water-soluble topical ointment. Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin. Please resume your seats. May I see page 1, please? The contestants have presented their answers. Before I award the points, I will have to go through this, but chemistry consultant, permit me to embellish your question a bit. I want our audience to enjoy this one. Okay, thank you. So imagine that you are a senior high school student in a school where there are bed bugs. So many of your mates have bites and all kinds of skin troubles. Now, knowing that you're a good science student, you have been listening to your science lessons well, you know you can help them. Biology teacher says sulfur can help. So you go to chemistry lab and you find 3 compounds. There is a silver sulfide, copper 2 sulfide, and bismuth 2 sulfide. All of these are potentials because they have the sulfur, right? Okay. Now, what you have to do is to decide. Remember, in round 1, we're talking about sustainable chemistry. So we want to use harmless materials. So we want to use water as a base to get the sulfur and then use it to treat your colleagues so that they can pay you and you make money. These people like money. They are in the money zone. So now, which of them should you use? This is what the question is about. Really, that is what it is. So the thing is, you need to determine the solubility of sulfur in an aqueous environment, right? Check to see which one will produce more sulfur in the watery environment so that it can be very effective at treating the things on the skin of your colleagues so that they will pay you. That is what this is, right? Of course, being a science student, you also have access to handbooks. So you can go and check for certain values, solubility products, and this is what was given in the problem. 3.2 times 10 to the negative 50, 1.00 times 10 to the negative 46, 1.08 times 10 to the negative 73. You can get this from a handbook. So now, before you even go to the lab and waste all kinds of chemicals, you can do some simple calculations. You see, they did it in 4 minutes. And then decide which one to go and target. Of course, if you're a high school student, make sure you involve your teachers and don't go and take the chemicals without permission. So, okay, so how do we go about this? We want to determine the solubility of the 3 salts to find out which is more soluble and produces the most ions of sulfur in an aqueous solution. You start with your balanced equation. Okay, that's the proper way of doing things. So for the silver, we have Ag2S going reversibly to 2Ag plus S2 minus. So the solubility product will be obtained by multiplying the concentration of Ag plus squared, multiplying the solubility of the sulfur. Sulfur 2 minus is an ion. That is what it is. So now from the balanced equation, okay, if we call the solubility of the sulfur S2 minus S, then we can obtain the KSP by taking, you look at the balanced equation, you have 2S multiplying S, and this 2S for sulfur plus, and then S for S2 minus. So if you look at the balanced equation, you get 2S squared multiplying S, because you see when you balance it's 2Ag plus. Okay, so 2S squared multiplying S, and this is equal to the solubility product. Okay, when we do this, then we can simply calculate for S. It's going to be the cube root of 3.2 times 10 to the power negative 50 divided by 4, the square of the 2. That's where the 4 comes from. And this will give you 2.0 times 10 raised to the power negative 17 mole per decimeter cubed. Okay, mark allocation. Balanced equation 1 point. Calculation all the way to the correct answer. The process is worth 1 point. The final answer 1 point. 3 points for this. Okay, then we take the second one, CUS. The balanced equation, CUS going reversibly to Cu2 plus S2 minus. Again, we call the concentration of S2 minus the solubility of sulfur S. So this time we'll have S squared is equal to the solubility product. And so we have S to be equal to square root of 1.00 times 10 to the power negative 46. And this is 1.00 times 10 to the negative 23 mole per decimeter cubed. Similar mark allocation, balanced equation 1 point, process 1 point, final answer 1 point. Then we go to bismuth, the bismuth sulfide, Bi2S3 going reversibly to 2Bi3 plus 3S2 minus. So now we have 2S and then 2S. So you have 2S squared multiplying 3S cubed. Okay, so now the solubility product is going to be 108 S to the power 5. And so S is 5th root of 1.08 times 10 to the power negative 73 over 108, and this will give you 1.00 times 10 to the power negative 50 mole per decimeter cube. But you are not done. You are not done, because if you look at the balanced equation, you remember that you have 3S, and so you need to multiply this by 3 to give you 3.00 times 10 to the power negative 50 mole per decimeter cube. Balanced equation 1 point, process 1 point, final answer 1 point. And then finally, when you look at these values, you will see that bismuth 3 sulfide gives the highest amount of sulfur in an aqueous solution, and so that is the one you should target instead of just trying and wasting a whole lot of chemicals. go straight for the bismuth sulfide. For saying this, for concluding so nicely, 1 more point, giving a total of 10 points. This was how to tackle the problem of the day. Now, contestants, Adisadel College. Silver, no balanced equation in sight, but you do go through the process to get the right answer, 2 points. Copper, the copper compound, no balanced equation in sight, you have the right solubility at the end of it, 2 points. Bismuth, no balanced equation, I'm giving you 1 point for the process. You didn't get to the right final answer. But you did conclude that we should go with the bismuth. For that reason, I will add 1 more point, giving you 6 out of 10. Presbyterian boys. Silver compound, no balanced equation, right calculation of solubility, 2 points. Copper compound, yes, you have the balanced equation and you have the right calculation, 3 points there. When it got to the bismuth, no balanced equation, or you did have a balanced equation. I didn't give you anything because in fact you started dealing with a different compound that I didn't recognize. You had boron instead of bismuth, just B. So I didn't even recognize it. Anyway, I'm giving you 1 point for process. Okay? So that gives you, and then you couldn't do the rest. I mean, the rest you didn't have the right thing. And then the conclusion, because of the nature of the compound you have there, that's not the compound we have in our problem. And so I couldn't give you the final mark. So you also wind up with 6 out of 10. Prempeh College. For the silver compound, yes. You have a balanced equation, you have the right calculation, 3 points. The copper compound, your balanced equation is not dealing with ions. You are dealing with elements. So I'm not giving you for the balanced equation. By your calculation, you get 2 points for that. I didn't see an equation for the bismuth. No, it was not a good one. But you have for the process, I'm giving you the point for the process. Final answer was not right. It wasn't. And yes, you did conclude that we should go with the bismuth compound. And so I'm giving you 1 more point. That gives you 7 out of 10. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 3. Atrophy is coming. trophy on its way. We have a member of the 2021 winning team from Prempeh College. Yes. Mr. Evans Opal, nice to see you again, and thank you for bringing our trophy. Yes, thank you. Contestants, have you seen it? Have you seen it? That is the trophy. That is why we are here. That is why we work so hard. So let's finish hard. Right? Yes. Round 4. In this round, I'm going to be presenting you with statements. When you receive a statement, please consider it carefully and let me know whether it's true or false. If you're right, 2 points. If you're incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to respond, in which case that statement is available to the 2 remaining schools. A school may ring and attempt an answer. If right, the 2 full points. If not, there's that penalty, 1 point. All the best. Prempeh College. The term clone cannot be applied to offspring formed by sexual reproduction because DNA of only one parent is copied and passed on to the offspring. Yes, Eunice?
False.
You're right. The term clone cannot be applied to offspring formed by sexual reproduction because the offspring are formed at different times. Yes, Alfred?
False.
Yes. The term clone cannot be applied to offspring formed by sexual reproduction because DNA of parents and offspring are completely different. Yes, Prince?
False.
Yes. Palmitic acid is a major constituent of palm oil and is an unsaturated long-chain fatty acid. Yes, Eunice?
False.
Yes. Oleic acid is a major constituent of groundnut oil and is a monounsaturated fatty acid. Yes, Alfred?
True.
Yes. Lauric acid is the major fatty acid in coconut oil and is a saturated fatty acid. Prince?
True.
Yes. I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Two chords AB and CD of a circle intersect at a point E inside the circle. That's the preamble. Again, two chords AB and CD of a circle intersect at a point E inside the circle. Now, Prempeh College, AB multiplied by EC is equal to CD multiplied by DE. Eunice?
False.
Yes. With the same preamble. AB multiplied by BE is equal to CD multiplied by CE. Yes, Tenkran.
False.
You are right. With the same preamble, AE multiplied by BE is equal to CE multiplied by DE. Prince?
True.
Yes. Next set, short preamble. Preamble to all schools. In the Millikan oil drop experiment, that's the preamble. I hope you got it. All right. Prempeh College. A bright light illuminates the region between the plate electrodes of the apparatus and charges the oil droplets by the photoelectric effect. Eunice?
False.
Yes. The same preamble. The motion of a charged oil droplet in the region between the plate electrodes of the apparatus can be controlled by varying the electric field between the electrodes and thereby obtain zero net force in the presence of gravity and air buoyancy. Yes, Alfred?
True.
Yes. With the same preamble. The radius of an oil droplet is determined by measuring its terminal velocity as it falls with zero potential difference across the plate electrodes of the apparatus and using Stokes' formula that relates aerodynamic drag to speed, air viscosity, and droplet radius. Prince?
False.
That's a true statement. It's a true statement. Prempeh College. A dihybrid cross of 9:3:3:1 ratio denotes that the alleles of two genes are interacting with each other. Yes, Eunice?
False.
Yes. A dihybrid cross of 9:3:3:1 ratio denotes that it is a multigenic inheritance. Alfred?
One gene, so maybe true.
Alfred?
True.
No. 1 ratio denotes that the alleles of two genes are segregating independently. Prince?
True.
Yes. Prempeh College. A catalyzed industrial chemical process will produce a greater amount of product than an uncatalyzed process. Yes, Eunice?
False.
You're right. A catalyzed industrial chemical process will lead to the use of less energy compared to an uncatalyzed process. Yes, Alfred?
True.
Yes. A catalyzed industrial chemical process will always lead to the production of less waste product from the reaction compared to an uncatalyzed process. Prince?
False.
Yes. Of course, all this along the lines of sustainable chemistry. All right. Prempeh College. A squared minus B squared is a factor of A raised to the power 6 minus B raised to the power 6. Yes, Eunice?
True.
Yes. A cubed plus B cubed is a factor of A raised to the power 6 minus B raised to the power 6. Tinkran?
True.
Yes. A squared minus B squared is a factor of A cubed minus B cubed. Prince?
False.
Yes. Last set of statements. Last set. And I have a preamble to all schools. Preamble. Preamble. Radiation from various beta emitters are studied using a Wilson cloud chamber with a suitably oriented uniform magnetic field in the observation region. Again. Radiation from various beta emitters are studied using a Wilson cloud chamber with a suitably oriented uniform magnetic field in the observation region. Prempeh College. The trails of beta particles are observed as straight tracks. Eunice?
True.
No. With the same preamble. The trails of both beta plus and beta minus particles are observed as circular tracks, but tracks for beta plus and beta minus particles curve in the opposite sense. Alfred?
True.
Yes. With the same preamble. Same preamble. The trails for beta plus and beta minus particles with the same energy have the same radius. Prince?
True.
Yes. And that's the end of the fourth round. Of the fourth round, Adisadel College has 32 points. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has 40 points. Prempeh College has 41 points. If you solve 3 riddles at this stage, it's worth 3,200 Ghana cedis. If you solve all 4 riddles, you will get 4,000 Ghana cedis for your team. Best wishes. So obviously in this round, round 5, we are going to be solving riddles. I will be reading out the clues. Your objective is to solve the riddle. For an opportunity to solve a riddle, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, Prempeh College? Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Please, when you ring, your answer must be ready. I will not wait. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 3 points. On the second, I am known as Lockwood's ligament. In the lens of, yes,
Suspensory ligament.
you are right. 3 points. 3 points. Next one. I am a 2-digit number. 1 digit is twice the other digit. The sum of my digits is a multiple of 3. Yes. Next one. it rain. I am a metal halide commonly used. Yes. Go ahead.
Silver chloride.
No. Did anyone else ring? No. Okay. I'm a metal halide commonly used in cloud seeding. Yes. Alfred?
Silver iodide.
You're right. Second clue, 4 points. Last one. Oh! Allow us to finish the contest, please. Please allow us to finish the contest. Please. Riddle. I am a natural phenomenon. My manifestations are legion. I create the starry spikes in images of the James Webb Space Telescope, the JWST. I brightly illuminate the very center of the geometric shadow of a circular disk. Were it not for me, no one would have heard of the Rayleigh criterion, nor would it have been invented. And you would hardly hear the quiz mistress at this moment were it not for me. So who am I? Solve this. Somebody will have, hey, gentlemen, you will solve this one. Solve the riddle. You want to solve it? The right answer is diffraction. Diffraction. And that's the end of the fifth round. At the end of the contest, here are the final scores. Adisadel College has 32 points. Prempeh College has 41 points. Congratulations on making it into the grand finale. You are not leaving empty-handed. You have 3,200 Ghana cedis from the money zone. Third place, well done. Prempeh College, thank you for giving us such a great contest. Unfortunately, the back-to-back did not work out this time, but you did so well. From the money zone, Absa Bank is giving you 4,100 Ghana cedis. All the best. Second place. Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. Congratulations on winning the contest. It was not easy, but you've done it. You did it. Well done. Okay, now all sorts of goodies for you. From Absa Bank, you are getting 5,000 Ghana cedis from the money zone. From Goyle, for the Radio Bonanza, you are getting 3,200 Ghana cedis. And we also have the Airtel Tigo Highest Scorer Award, which at this stage is worth 10,000 Ghana cedis. But I'm sure all of this pales in comparison to being the 2022 National Science and Math Quiz Champions!